My name is Brooke Hogan.
My name is Danny Morse. I lived in Camphill Village since September 9th, 1963.
Kirsty Jong.
Julie Boothroyd.
My name is Ernesto Martinez.
Jeff Pascal.
Louis Ray.
It's Libby, and I am from Galveston, Texas.
Rutin Shevdasani.
My name is Roman Gerhardt.
Richard Neal.
Carrie Solomon.
Bill Vogt.
My name is Sipa Mandra Kwabi.
Camphill Village is a village with about 230 people. Some of them have special needs. It's located in Copiague, New York. It's about 100 miles north of New York City. And it's about 600 acres. It's very rural here, but it's a nice, peaceful place, and it gives people the opportunity to be very independent. We all live together in about 20 houses. Each house has about between 7 and 12 people in them. Usually there is a family with their children and some short-term helpers, usually people who come for a year, often from abroad. And then there's the villagers. They come with all kinds of abilities. And we try to really live as people together. The mission of Camphill Village, as I see it, is to provide a full, meaningful life for people. And not just for people with developmental disabilities, but for everybody in the village. And to work together, to live together, and to celebrate together. In Camphill Village, people don't only live here, they also work here. Monday to Friday, like anybody else, people go to their jobs. The jobs vary from cooking in the houses to milking the cows.
It's a small farm. We've only 20 plus cows, and it would be fairly easy for one person to manage that with a milking machine and do all the field work by tractors. But doing it by hand, we milk by hand, we are also providing a good environment for everyone to be involved in.
Get back up there, you monkey.
You know, if you ask them, what do you do? I'm a farmer. And that's what they are. They're farmers.
I'm a farmer, gardener, artist, and a full-time estate worker. The estate is where workmasters, co-workers, and villagers come, and we work together as a team. We provide the houses with firewood all through the year, and then we rake or mow during the summer times, and the winter time is pretty much plowing. We are collecting the buckets from this year's maple syruping, and the tap comes out. So you've got your hook and your spout, and it goes over here. And every bucket is like that.
There's also the craft workshops. And so everybody has jobs, not only the people with special needs. I have my job, everybody has their jobs. That's a basic principle of this village. We work because the work needs to be done, and we help each other. And that also creates a certain equality, because we all contribute towards the needs of the village.
My name is Susan Williams, and I'm a parent of a villager, Tony Bacon. Tony is 24 years old, and he's fairly nonverbal. He was diagnosed with autism at 2.5 years of age, and so from that time forward, we really thought of Tony as a special needs kid and that he would need a lot of care and attention. He moved around a little bit when he was young. He was in an early intervention program, but he landed at about age 5 at a consortium on the North Shore, Massachusetts, and he was there until he was 17 years old. We had a lot of support, and we had a wonderful program at home with music therapy and art and activity. But you just begin to wonder, what's next? And I never thought a place like this existed. He's a lot calmer than he's ever been. He still has his moments, but he seems to really respond to this slower rhythm and this connection with nature and community. I feel so lucky. I feel so fortunate to have found this place, and Tony loves it here, and we as a family, we just love it here.
I am a co-worker, or what is referred as a young co-worker.
I work with the Youth Initiative program, which is this new group for the youngest villagers in the community.
There was a great need for those people to integrate it. When I heard about it, I was enthused and I wanted to be part of it. I felt like it's something that spoke to me as an individual. With these young people who themselves have to find their own feet within the village, and I felt like I can relate to that as well.
For many of the people joining this group, this is going to be their home, you know, hopefully for the next 20, 30, 40 years of their lives. So we better do it right, and we better do it right from day one.
There's a lot of activities. It's a very rich life, very full life, and that makes it very worthwhile.
I would describe the culture in Camphill Village as based on what we call the three essentials of Camphill. The first essential is a recognition that in every human being, regardless of any outer manifestation of limitation or disability, resides an eternal human healthy spirit. The second essential is that every human being has the right, and I would say the responsibility, to develop and learn and grow. The third essential is a continuous striving to create community, to bring people together so that they can be more together than anyone could manage alone in isolation. And I would say those are the three inspirations that keep me here.
Every house has usually two house leaders, but we try to really make decisions with everybody.
How would I characterize my responsibility? To be as observant as I can for everybody in the household, that everybody feels that they have a home. And that's the young, the villagers, the young co-workers, ourselves, our own children, and that the home is a place that breathes.
I can't find Karen.
The heart of this community is the table. I mean, we eat together 3 meals a day, and it is very structured in a way, but it's full of warm gratitude for yet another nourishing meal together. At the beginning of the meal, there's some sort of acknowledgement, a grace, sometimes a piece of poetry or a song.
Amen.
And then, of course, at the end of the meal, we thank you for the meal, thank you for who cooked the meal, and thank you for the farmers who grew the food. It's powerful.
Camphill is just a beauty in itself. As soon as you enter Camphill, you get a sense of community, nature, how happy everyone is. Before I came here, I was skeptical. I was nervous. And as soon as I was able to make friends, I was able to gain strength and to see what other people are like. And through that, I was able to just enjoy it all. I have a great house to live in, great food, beautiful nature all around us, and the people are so lively, spiritual, and always want to be a part of your life. I mean, one of us here has their own strengths and weaknesses, but we always come together.
We recognized that our population was getting older and older, and that some of these people needed a different kind of situation than what Camphill Village could offer. And so we built Camphill Ghent. Camphill Ghent is really for people who pass their normal work life and need a different setting where they can enjoy old age.
Camphill Village and Camphill Ghent are places that strive to perfect community in the purest sense. These are not institutions. There's nothing institutional about either of these communities. They're places where people live and work and have very full lives, both those who we call co-workers and those who we call villagers. These are very special places.
Hiya, Chief, where you from?
I hope you guys get a lot of this interview out to everyone, because the community deserves to know about Camphill. So thanks.